Welcome to The Hot Slice, a podcast brought to you by Pizza Today magazine. I'm Kate Lavin, senior editor of Pizza Today, and I am joined by editor-in-chief Denise Greer. Hello, Denise.
Hello, Kate. How are you today?
Great. How are you?
Oh, it's a rainy day here in Kentucky, Anna area. So we're just, trying to not get the sleepies. So I'm working on it. So, but I can tell you, I had some pretty good pizza this weekend. I won't say where,
Ooh,
but I had some pretty good pizza this weekend. So I'm pretty jazzed.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So we are in full summer swing. I hope that operators are able to take advantage of the summer and promote those specials that maybe gear towards or lean towards, that refreshing, salads, sandwiches, pizzas. I'm telling you what, I say do not sleep on those ensalada pizzas. So pizzas that are finished with a salad topping, like finished with different types of salad toppings. Like they're so good, and I eat them all summer long. I love them.
Ooh,
So I'm just saying it's pretty good.
that sounds excellent.
Well, let's jump right into our guest. So we're talking to Arpan Patel, and he's with Lucky Dough Pizza there in Pensacola, Florida. And what I love is his origin story is just so interesting. I mean, to start on a weight loss journey of over 100 pounds, and it kind of led him to doing this clean eating. And you would not think pizza when you think clean eating, but he has found a way to make pizza very much a clean eating adventure, and he's really making a name for himself.
Yes, in fact, he was just named to the 50 top pizza list.
Yeah, at first year out, by the way. He is a young entrepreneur and was able to make the list first year out. So it's pretty exciting what's happening with him. And he got a lot of local buzz, and that caused his business to shift a little bit. So we talk a lot about the business. We talk about him developing that signature pizza that he has. And it's a really great interview. So I think we should just jump right into our conversation with Arfan.
Are you looking for smarter ways to improve consistency, efficiency, and bake quality in your pizza operation? Spokane Valley, Washington-based Lloyd Pans is the trusted name for commercial pizzerias and home chefs alike. For over 40 years, Lloyd Pans has been creating innovative pizza pans and tools designed to deliver perfect results every time. Whether it's crispy golden pizza crusts or perfectly baked pastries, Lloyd Pan's durable, stick-resistant, and proprietary pan finishes are a game changer. Going beyond pizza? Visit lloydpans.com to explore our lineup of food service and bakeware pans and accessories. Need shipping quotes or custom products? Email sales@lloydpans.com for personalized service. Are you looking to get your brand in front of passionate pizza pros? Well, you've come to the right place. The Hot Slice podcast brought to you by Pizza Today. We're all about everything pizza business. Each week, we dive into fun conversations about trends, tasty tips, and insider stories from the pizza world. Our listeners are engaged and eager to discover what's new and improve their craft with help from brands like you. Imagine your brand reaching pizzeria owners and pizza enthusiasts while they enjoy our laid-back chats. It's a perfect match. Whether you're selling equipment, ingredients, or anything that makes pizza better, our ad spots are designed to connect you with the right audience. So if you're ready to slice into something special, reach out to us about advertising on the Hot Slice podcast. Let's share the love of pizza together.
Hello, Arfan. Thank you for coming on to the show today. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Thank you
And
very
I
much.
gotta say, congratulations for tapping into the top 50 in the world. That was pretty fun honor for you, right?
Definitely, thank you. Yeah, definitely USA. Proud to be there and in that group and have some credibility now here within the local market too.
Absolutely. So how did it come about that you found out that you were going to be named top 50 US?
They sent me an email in February, and it's one of my goals to be on that ranked list, but I did not know it was going to come this soon. And when they emailed me in February, I immediately started, Googling the names and the email address, a domain, because to me it felt like a scam, and I thought somebody was playing with me. So I immediately went to go to Google to start researching everything, and concluded that everything was legit. It was, good email.
For
That is-
sure.
That's awesome. So you have such an interesting story. So I think we've got to go back to how you started your business, because your origin story is very, very fun and pretty unique. I'm pretty impressed. So tell us all about like how Lucky Dough became Lucky Dough.
Lucky Dough. So I started a weight loss journey about over 20 years ago. Just I used to be overweight, 300 pounds, and the passing of my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, kind of ignited the spark in my brain. Growing up too, I've always wanted to lose weight, and so many people tell you to lose weight, whatnot. So it's always on your mind. And the passing of my grandmother kind of really, really jump-started that. And then once I lost 120 pounds within that first year of starting the journey, I came to find out the secret is not, diet fads or anything like that. It's just if you focus on the ingredients and if you focus on eating clean, you can, eat everything. People talk about cheese and butter. Oh, stay away from that stuff. But, moderation, everything is good too, as long as it's, like I said, produced clean. After that journey, I stopped dining out a lot than I used to, because I used to dine out a lot back in the when I was younger. And once I lost my weight, started eating more at home, had more control of what the ingredients were, what's going into my body, and I just enjoyed it more. You save money, and you also have different flavors and everything you can make as well. And my parents were from India, so growing up vegetarian in the household, and also with spices, herbs, and everything, traditional Indian cooking. So I was exposed to that, just flavors very early on. So that's how that kind of started. And then pizza making at home kind of started in November 2023. Just like I said, not dining out. I wanted to make pizza at home and wanted to have something that's more gut friendly, kind of, sat well with you in the stomach overnight, whatever the case may be. And I started making pizza at home and came across Tony Gimignani's Pizza Bible, like most people in the pizza industry. He's an industry legend. And then soon after that, I kind of wanted to go even further into doing sourdough naturally leavened pizza. And that started in April of 2024. And then before April 2024, I went to the VPN school in Atlanta when they had the school there in Atlanta. And I also came to Pizza Expo that same month, trying to understand the industry, how to kind of navigate my thoughts and how I wanted to pursue this concept in Pensacola. And I always felt in my town of Pensacola, we were always lacking a certain level of dining here in town. And I kind of just wanted to contribute to that, especially being born and raised here. So that's where we are kind of today. And I started, my sourdough started in April 2025. And I started in 2024. And then in June 2024, I started at the local farmers market every Saturday, started popping up there, just trying to kind of, I guess you would say, research and develop here locally, and then kind of built my following from there.
That's fantastic. And just last fall, I guess, you opened in one location. Is that right?
Correct. And I was still popping up around town last year in September 2025. Actually, right before that, maybe a month before that, there was another restaurant group that held a lease that where I'm at now, and they kind of invited me to operate at that space. So I was managing the food program, and they were kind of doing the bar program, the beverage program, and we kind of they invited me there. And most recently in April, they decided to pursue other opportunities, and they presented me with the opportunity to take over the lease in April. And so pretty much in September, I was still under their kind of partnership. And then now in April, it's just solely mine now, 100% of my space and everything like that.
Congrats. That's exciting.
That is awesome. And you have a it's a unique space. Can you tell us a little bit about like how your space is set up?
Yes, definitely. So when I came into the space, like I said, the previous restaurant group, they had kind of already built it out to include like, a nice turf, outdoor picnic tables, and just even the bar they built out recently after I joined the program. So it's always been like you would say al fresco dining there. There used to be a taqueria concept there before. So I just kind of plugged and play the pizza concept. And then while I was doing pop-ups, I purchased a trailer with two wood fire ovens on them. And that kind of was kind of helped save me money as well to kind of just park it there on site and then continue utilizing the existing equipment I had to kind of help save money as well to get it started right away.
That's awesome. That is that's such an interesting way to go about it. And to be able to do it in phases, that really helps with a startup.
Definitely. And when I first started back in April, while I was doing the pop-ups in June, I was simultaneously, speaking with the broker of trying to find a location. And, I looking back, and I'm glad I'd never found a location, because I know if I went into a location, I would have failed immediately, because what I thought I knew back in April 2024, I did not know anything.
Yeah.
And even today, I'm still learning, but I know a lot more than I did then. And, I just appreciate the process now more so than before. And I appreciate my small steps that I'm taking to get to where I want to get to. So this is just another step to where I want to go as well.
What were those critical things that you think that you've really honed in on in the last year that you talked about that if you hadn't, you probably would have failed from the jump?
This sourdough starter, just trying to understand sourdough. That's a very big learning curve for anybody. Even when I first started pizza making, I had a friend, he lives in New Orleans, and he's like, "Hey, you should do sourdough." I was like, "Oh, I don't know what that is. I'm okay where I'm at, just kind of looking at the Pizza Bible book, I was kind of comfortable with the process and everything I was learning in there. And then, one day I kind of picked up a can of yeast, and I primarily focus on ingredients. So the can of yeast said, the Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which is like the main derivative of the yeast. But then there was also a synthetic emulsifier that was included in the ingredients list. And that kind of really juggled my mind, as here I am trying to focus on clean eating and clean ingredients, and there's a synthetic emulsifier in this active dried yeast. So I have to really pursue this natural leavening now. And then once I pursue that, started researching more, I come across Anthony Mangieri, Una Pizza Napoletana.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
everything now I've started now, like most recently, is to focus on quality and simplicity. And like I have 10 pizzas on my menu, and I continue still to improve those same 10 pizzas, even the way I top them, how I top them, how much quantity, whatnot. And my dough is always changing every day. I don't use the same recipe twice. I'm always experimenting, always improving it. So a lot of the time I spent doing pop-ups at the market, that really gave me a lot of research and development to where I got today. So I apologize to all my first-time customers back then. That was not what I'm producing now.
It's a learning curve. It's always a learning curve.
Yeah, big good sourdough.
That's great. I saw on your Instagram you keep a log of the different conditions of the day and how it impacts your dough. Being, right on the water in Florida, I imagine you experience some pretty variable conditions. What are some things that you've noticed?
Well, definitely. High humidity, obviously, we have here, and especially it rains a lot. Mid-afternoon, we experience rain every day here in the Gulf Coast area. The temperature as well is always fluctuating. And the building that I work in also is poorly insulated. I don't have a designated dough room, don't control the environment. So even before, operating in this space, operating outdoors during the market is what really allowed me to kind of really hone in on temperature and time. Time and temperature are the most two important things that I've kind of understood, that even more so than time is temperature. So if I understand the temperature, then I can go everything based upon that timing, the strength of the dough, how long it's going to last. So like I said, it's always just experimenting to see how it goes. So knock on wood, it hasn't gotten away too far from me to where I'm struggling with the dough at the end of the night. So it's always been a good pleasure experience.
That's amazing. Something I think about is, as folks go on weight loss journeys, pizza is usually the thing that everyone has to cut completely out. Like it's like pizza's got to go. It's
Yes.
just it can't go. So tell me about like how you've gotten to the pizza that you currently serve, where it is a product that if you were on a health journey, you could still eat without any problem.
Definitely. I always, kind of educate everyone that, I would not try to serve pizza that I would not give myself or my daughter, for example, too. So
Hmm.
everything I try to do is focus on clean ingredients, sourcing. So I have maybe 3 to 4 different purveyors too. I don't have one purveyor of where I purchase my food. So
Hmm.
the reps understand what I'm trying to achieve here. And the public has been very receptive of it, especially like moms in the local area where they come with their children and whatnot. People have been traveling at least an hour away from surrounding areas to appreciate what we're doing here at Lucky Dough Pizza. So it is a big following that's kind of into the health and wellness and changing their minds about pizza and everything. So most people think, like you said, pizza is probably the top of the list that you have to cut out. And of course, in moderation, everything is good. You maybe can't
Hmm.
have pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but at least one time throughout the day, and if it's properly using proper fermentation, good source flours that's glyphosate free or organic if you can.
Hmm.
The buffalo mozzarella that we source is grass fed. It's naturally A2 protein, so they say it's more digestible in the human body, A2 proteins and A1 proteins that are in some dairy. The produce that we do, we source all organic produce, everything like that as well too. The organic olive oil comes straight from Puglia, Italy. It gets drop
Hmm.
shipped to me directly. So everything I try to do is just focus on just the ingredients.
I imagine that all of it, because it's such a premium product, the price goes along. Like people are really willing to pay an elevated price for that type of a product, correct? So you're able to
Yes.
maintain food costs and things.
Yes, definitely. At first, it was like I said, I live in the South here, Pensacola. It's kind of tough to sell the local community on something that's good for you, but it also comes at a premium price. I believe that my prices are moderate, $15 for a marinara pizza, and then $30 for a prosciutto di Parma pizza. So obviously, you have the prosciutto di Parma is imported. So we have a wide range of pricing. So for
Hmm.
those who really appreciate what we're doing, they leave me reviews that is worth the price. It's expensive, but most of them always end up saying it's worth the price. And even though we have gotten busier since the 50 Top recognition, so even the weekends, people are having to wait a little longer than normal. And even with the long waits, they're still commenting it's worth the wait. So it's worth the price and it's worth the wait because they know that pizza is bringing them joy overall, and they don't have to give up what we all love most is pizza.
You posted on your Instagram that you had this kind of like learning moment after getting the top 50 recognition and actually getting the local press, especially
Yes,
about what that did to your business and how you had to kind of step back and refocus
yes.
and kind of decide what to do. So can you walk us through kind of what how that spiked and how you responded and where you're at now?
Definitely. So the first weekend when we had the local press as well too, we had a significant demand increase here in town. A lot of diners were coming in, a lot of carryouts or you should say takeouts and a lot of online ordering. So I had to start limiting online ordering, had to start limiting takeout orders. And, there was a time like the first weekend, people are waiting an hour and a half, 2 hours. And even with staffing issues, as we all know, it's kind of tough. So I was working with limited staff as it was already. So this past weekend, where I've kind of reduced the amount of diners that are sitting at one time, so we can accommodate all the diners at once. And then we also eliminated takeout orders and online orders for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, to accommodate all of the dining guests and to kind of make the experience a little better and more intimate for them, personal.
Hmm.
So that way they're just not thinking that it's all about profits and not any hospitality towards them.
How did you communicate that with those folks to let them know that, hey, we're going to focus on the dine-in. Please, come visit us, but we're going to have to, shut it down for a minute, the online.
Just been posting to my stories and social media to kind of inform the following, and a lot of people have been understanding of what it entails and whatnot. And we also make a limited amount of dough every day too. So even this past couple weekends, we've been trying to limit one pizza per person, so that everybody has a chance to experience what we're trying to provide here in Pensacola.
That's amazing.
I noticed you use bottled water for your dough. That was new to me. Can you
Yeah.
tell me how you decided to do that and how you chose the water that you use?
So the water, like I said, everything I kind of extended from my house. So everything that I do at home is kind of an extension of what I kind of do at the pizzeria now. So I've always gotten water service for as long as I can remember. I believe water is the real fountain of youth. So I just consume spring water for as long as I can remember, and so I wanted to kind of carry that same idea to the pizzeria. So I, established a account with the same water company for a business account, and just started getting the Mountain Valley spring water there as well too, versus tap water. And then generally we usually get notices here in Escambia County. The tap water, we'll get a boiler alert that you need to start boiling your water and everything. So that kind of came in, like it just kind of fell into place as it should. Just that's how I just kind of chose it, because it's an extension from my house to the pizzeria, basically.
Excellent.
That's so interesting not to use the tap. So
Yes.
as you move forward, what are you hoping to do with the business, and what are some things that you're hoping to learn as a new operator?
Where I'm trying to go, I guess you would say, is obviously I'm in the outdoor space. So I do 100% rely on the weather. So some days
Yeah.
that are raining, it's a little bit of a hiccup, but we still make it work. We're still baking outside. People are still coming to take out. Even during the winter time, when I first opened in September, it got cold, November, December, January, and it was really tough. But people are still, weathering the storm and the weather to come out to try the pizza. So I'm trying to get into a location, work my way here now and get into an indoor place, maybe in, a couple of years, however long it takes. And just more so learning about just the whole, this is my first restaurant too. So I've never had any restaurant experience ever. So I come from the hospitality, but like more so in like motels and hotels. And so kind of going into the restaurant industry is like more like a passion for like my weight loss that came in, and trying to, like I said, trying to introduce something that's different to the Pensacola market and community. So just trying to learn how to operate it more fluidly. And also the wood fire oven is also what I'm trying to perfect. And that's kind of like, to me, wood fire oven is like the dough. It's never ending. It's an art. And I kind of accidentally came into the wood fire ovens because I was started at a pop-up concept as with the portable ovens and the gas. And so when I started looking into trailers, I kind of wanted gas too, just because of the convenience and ease of use. But I got my ovens from Bugnani Ovens in California, and they told us that these ovens cannot be modified to have gas, so it has to be wood fire. And
Yeah.
so I just said, okay, I'll just learn. So I taught myself that as well too. I taught myself how to do the dough and everything. So taught how to do the wood fire ovens. And now looking back, like that was the best decision I could have made, because I
Mhm.
love the wood fire ovens. I love the flavor it brings, and the it's not convenient. So it's more there's more of an enjoyment and pleasure in the process of the hard work
Mhm.
challenges that I appreciate more than
Yeah.
just trying to just turn on the oven and wait for it to warm up. I like the wood. I like chopping it. I like trying to see where I can position the wood,
Yeah.
move it. So I'm learning to appreciate that more now.
Anthony Mangieri, he when we had him on the podcast, he was talking about that's the one thing that
Yeah.
he's looking forward to playing with and learning too, is continuing that love affair with the wood, with that wood oven, and
Yes.
learning its quirks, because wood it's just a different kind of thing. It's
Yes.
and I imagine the wood there is kind of difficult because you're dealing with such the humidity and the constant temperature change with the heat.
Yeah, definitely. It's not too bad here because we have a supplier here that's continually always chopping wood throughout the whole year. So he has
Yeah.
stacks and stacks and stacks on his lot. And so it's kind of dry. Sometimes it's dry here too. Not so humid. Depends on what time of the season it is.
Hmm.
So it's been not too challenging. I've gotten wood from a different supplier to save money, and I immediately went back.
You're like,
You know,
lesson learned.
yeah, because it was always moist, wet, and there's a term for it. I don't know, blue wood, green wood, one of the
Yeah.
woods. It's where it's moist.
Yeah.
And then I can also taste the difference because I have a Gosney dome in my house. So sometimes when I do make pizza at home, I put it in the dome, and I can taste the gas in the
Yeah.
back end. So now I'm able to taste the gas in there, and I kind of appreciate it. And then I was fortunate to dine at Una Pizza Napoletana when I went for the awards ceremony in May.
Oh, yay.
And they gave me a perfect seat to watch Anthony, bake pizzas all night. And I just sat there the whole time, just kind of focused on him and how he was operating. And just watching him it kind of brought me relief because here's this number one pizza maker in the world and in the U.S. as well, and he's experiencing the same struggles I do because I was noticing all the things that he was trying to do in the ovens, and just from experience that I could sense the struggle of what he was trying to do and not do, how to make sure it's good for the service, whatnot. So it was relieving to see that somebody of his status is also just human like me as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck with the business. New endeavors are going to be, you're gonna find different things out almost every day, So just keep us posted on how you progress.
Thank you. Will do.